We've got small town hospitality and big city opportunity.
They were very welcoming to us, not just from a city management level, but quite frankly from the neighborhood as well. It's a family-oriented community, and they've treated us like family.
Even though it's a small community, it has the big feel. Have great churches to go to, a lot of sports activities for our kids, so it's a great community to live in. It's very walkable.
Decided it's home for me, for my family. Couldn't imagine living anywhere else.
For athletics, academics, anything and everything. Everyone's always supporting each other.
We have great teachers and students and parents that support us.
It's just a good school.
It's the only place I've ever been homesick for. This is my home. I love the people here. I feel comfortable when I'm here. I feel secure, and it's a good feeling. It's a good feeling to be home.
Newberry was originally a prosperous phosphate mining town up until America entered World War I. After the war, Newberry reinvented itself as a farming community, growing row crops, tobacco, cotton, and the crop we eventually became famous for, watermelons. Today, Newberry is a vibrant, growing community that is home to A-rated schools, a beautiful historic downtown, world-class sports venues, and an innovative business community.
The steering committee for economic development for the city of Newberry began as a group of individuals who had an interest in how the city was going to move forward on an economic development basis. What was interesting about that group, it included residents and people who had businesses here, but it also included, there was representation from the Planning Council of North Central Florida and also the Economic Development Department for the County of Alachua, just to have these casual conversations. There wasn't any specific goals in mind at that particular time. It was just to see how we might be able to move the thing forward. We had an opportunity to apply for a Department of Economic Opportunity grant, and we became one of 4 municipalities that they selected to develop this economic development process.
There are a lot of obstacles to starting a business in any town. The bureaucracy, the red tape of getting permits, and as you get zoning changes and building permits, all those types of things tend to take a long time and be expensive. So we have focused on trying to reduce the waiting time to make sure it goes from one stage to the next without delay. And of course, all the usual things that businesses talk about, taxes, fees, utility bills, all of those type of things, we focus on them all the time to try to make sure they're as low as they can possibly be.
We manufacture parts for endoscopes. We ship worldwide. We just shipped to our 83rd country last week. We have the ability to do all of the detailed technical drawings, get this onto our machines working smoothly, start producing runs for them, work out all of the kinks, help them get their product, their idea from paper into the marketplace. And this is one segment of our strategy to continue growing. Year over year, we experience at least 15 to 25% growth. We expect this trend to continue and actually accelerate as we engage more with the regional manufacturers and the companies that are going to be coming into Newberry.
Newberry was selected as one of 4 pilot communities by the Department of Economic Opportunity to generate economic development in the communities. We now have a complete economic development strategy that we're in the process of implementing, go over a course of several years. And in fact, Department of Economic Opportunity actually came back with a second round of funding and provided us some additional money to conduct our marketing portion of the economic development strategy. So we've just completed a community branding exercise. We have a new brochure coming out for economic development, as well as a short video, all of which we can use to then market the community to potential relocation of businesses or new business startups.
And we think Newberry is ready for that commercial component, and that we want to do the old-time town square. We try to make it not only for a live, work, play in this subdivision, but also a regional draw. And we want to have an activity center there to try to have singing on the weekends. You feel like you want to go out to eat, you can go out to eat here, hang out on the square later on that night and have some free entertainment. We want car shows and any type of activities we can have every weekend, and we don't really see that anywhere around here, and so we kind of want to make that our focal point here. Well, one of the reasons we wanted to do the type of development we did, we really keep an eye on the maintenance issue of it, trying to keep the subdivision looking good. Being from this town, it's not like a developer from out of town that I'd come in once a year. We really want to be proud of what we've done. We want to be able to hand some of the commercial aspect down to our kids, and it's all about creating jobs, not just for our family, but for the families around town here. So that's one of our aspects of doing the deal. So we want to be able to create the jobs. We want to see kids that grow up in Newberry have jobs to come to, not just here, but also hopefully it'll spawn other things that'll come around.
When our church decided to open a coffee shop, the whole purpose was to send money to the mission field. And so all of the net profit from this coffee shop goes to the mission field. Knowing that Newberry was a very benevolent community anyway, we figured that this would be a good place to open it. One of the things that impresses me about our community is how giving they are. Not only are they willing to support a local small business like this, but just the other day I was on social media, and on a local forum for our community, someone put up that they were in need of a ride into Gainesville, into the municipal next door. And quickly people started responding, not even knowing this person, saying, I want to help. Is there anything I can do to help get you to your job even though your car is not working? And that's the kind of community that we live in.
One thing I love about having a business in Newberry, the city staff, our elected officials, they're so easy to work with. Their progressive thinking and creative ideas have brought us to a place in Newberry that the sky's the limit as a business owner, and I love it here. I will never leave.
At the Gourmet Rodent, we breed reptiles for pet shops, and we distribute frozen rodents to zoos, wildlife sanctuaries, and pet shops. The frozen rodents we distribute are used for food for the animals. Our annual revenue currently sits between $9 and $10 million a year. Newberry was very open to the idea of having a reptile farm in their city. Not surprisingly, most cities weren't very open to even finding out what we did. We started looking at the possibility of moving. You have to look at all options. And we came up here, we talked to the city. They were very open to what we did, and in fact they wanted to learn more about what we did. And going through that process, they became very open to us doing business in the city of Newberry. They were very welcoming to us.
So our efforts are really starting to bear fruits today, with over 40 new businesses choosing Newberry as their new home. And we're really excited about the possibilities of that kind of growth in Newberry.
Newberry.
Newberry! Newberry!